road. Today we are once again going to be doing some double number lines. So let's get ready for that. Let's get ourselves in the right mindset. Calculators out. Got everything ready. And we like my GIF. GIF is good. GIF is bad. All right, my comments. It's A-okay. Let's take a look at this first question here. A metal bar weighs 8.15 ounces. 93% of the bar is silver. How many ounces of the bar are not silver? Round your answer to the nearest thousandth. So let's make our double number line. What goes on the left, number or percent? What goes on the left, number or percent? What goes on the left, number or percent? Right, exactly. Number on the left, percent on the right. At 0%, our corresponding value is 0. At 100%, what is my corresponding value? What is my value at 100%? What do we think? It's my value at 100%. Not quite. 93 is the percent of the bar that's silver. Right, exactly. Hold on, let me get this person here. It's going to be 8.15. The total weight of the bar is 8.15 ounces. So at 100%, 8.15 is going to be our value. Where do we use the 93%? Where do we use the 93%? What are we going to do with that? All right, exactly. I'm going to put it at the percent mark here. And this here is going to be X. So we're trying to find out how many ounces of the bar are not silver. So we're going to have to find X, and then we're going to subtract it from the entire value there. Alrighty, awesome. So let's use our percent equation. What is the percent equation? What is the percent equation? What is the percent equation? Yeah, one person's got it. Exactly. Awesome. We have another person join us. Welcome. Let me send them a quick message. Awesome. So our percent equation is going to be quantity equals percent times whole. So what is my whole going to be in this problem? What's my percent and what's my quantity going to be? What's my whole going to be? Let's start with that. What's my whole going to be? What is my whole in this problem? What's my whole going to be? Let's look at our double number line. That's going to be the key here, is looking at our double number line. Not quite X. X is going to be how much of the bar is silver, so that can't be our whole. And 93% is going to be the percent of the bar that's silver. What's going to represent our whole? Right. What is going to represent the whole entire bar? What's going to represent the whole entire bar? What value is going to represent that? Excellent. Good job, everyone. That's going to be 8.15. Really great job getting there. What's my percent going to be? What is my percent going to be? What's my percent going to be? Perfect. You guys got that one. 93. And my quantity is going to be unknown. So we have Q equals percent times whole. Going to substitute in all these values now. So we're going to get 93 is the same as 0.93. So 93% is the same as 0.93. I want to be specific there. So we have 0.93 times our whole, which is 8.15, times our whole, which is 8.15. So what is our value for X going to be, or what is our quantity going to be? What is our quantity or X going to be? What's our quantity or X going to be? So our calculators, what do we think it's going to be? So we got one answer. Let me double check that. I think I rounded a little differently. Yes, that's going to work perfectly. Awesome. Both of you guys got it. We round a little bit differently. So I'm going to say that it's around 7.58. All right, it's going to be 7.58. It's going to be our quantity here. So this tells us that 7.58 ounces of the 8.15 ounce bar are silver. However, have we answered the question? Have we answered our question? Let's go back to what the question says. How many ounces of the bar are not silver? So we're really close to answering it. How do we find out how much of the bar is not silver? How do we find out how much of the bar is not silver? What do we need to do to find out how much of the bar is not silver? So we're going to take the total weight. We're going to remove the silver amount. And that's going to give us the not silver amount. So our total weight is 8.15. 8.15. Going to subtract away the amount that is silver, which is 7.58. And how much of the bar is not silver? How much of the bar not silver? How much of the bar is not silver? Subtracting 7.58 from 8.15. How much of the bar is not silver? There's more participation here. Double check that. Exactly. Great job. It's going to be 0.57 ounces are not silver. So we can say that 0.57 ounces of the bar are not silver. And we've now answered our question. We've now answered our question. Awesome. Any questions about this before we move on? Any questions? We did a lot of this yesterday, but I want to make sure we're understanding this completely. Any questions before we move on? All right, great. Let's take a look at number 2. Sorry, I messed up the number thing, so don't worry about that. But this is going to be your second question. This is going to be the second thing we're going to answer in the Google Classroom thing as well. So 40 is 80% of what number? Let's make a double number line. Number on the left, percent on the right, 0, 0. So we're asked 40 is 80% of what number? So how do you think we should start filling out our lines here? How do you think we should start filling this out? Do we know our value at 100? Our value at 100%? So if I'm at 100% right here, do we know what this value is right now? Do we know what this value is at 100%? Is that given to us in the problem? Right, we don't know what that is right now. We don't know what this is. That's going to be x. This is going to be the number that we are going to be looking for. So we have 80%. And what value is going to correspond at 80%? What value is going to correspond at 80%? Excellent. I think everyone, yeah, we had 2 out of 3 get it there. Awesome. So 40 is near value of 80%, and we're looking for the number at 100%. So 40 is 80% of what number? That number is currently x. So we have a percent equation. Q equals percent times whole. Great. So what's my percent going to? Let's start with percent. What is my percent? 100% going to be in this problem? Right, exactly. 80. Perfect. Start with 80%. So, will 40 be my quantity or my whole? Which one? Will Q be my quantity? Or, sorry. Will 40 be my quantity or my whole? Which one do we think? What do we think here, folks? So I'm seeing a guess for whole. I'm seeing a guess for quantity. What do I think? 100% participation. I want everyone to vote here. Will 40 be my quantity or my whole? All right, so I'm seeing a mix. It is going to be quantity. It's going to be quantity. But why? Why do we think 40 is our quantity? Oops. Why do we think 40 is our quantity? It's on the number side. That's correct. Let's get more specific. It's on the number side. Let's get more specific than that. It's a number, but the whole could also be a number. Why is 40 specifically our quantity? Why is 40 going to be our quantity? Why is 40 our quantity? Why is 40 our quantity? Let's see, some guesses here, but I want to see if we can get it. What do we think? So 40 is our quantity because our whole is the value at 100%. Right, Ezekiel got it. Our whole is the value at 100%. The value at 80% is going to be our quantity. Our value at 80% is going to be our quantity. Awesome. So we have 40 equals 0.8 times the whole, which is currently unknown. And how do we solve for the whole? How do we solve for the whole? How are we going to do that? How do we solve for the whole here? What do we need to do? What do we need to do? It's going to be one or the other. Which one? Yep. One person got it. Exactly. We're going to divide both sides by what? We're dividing both sides by what value? We are dividing both sides by what value? All right, we're dividing both sides by 0.8. And what's that going to make our whole? What's our whole value going to be? What is our whole value going to be as a result? What's our whole value going to be? 40 divided by 0.8, what's that going to give us? It's going to give us 50. 40 divided by 0.8 is going to be 50, which is our whole. And that is going to be what number? So 40 is 80% of what number? That number is 50. 40 is 80% of 50. This would be 50 here. Awesome. Any questions about this one? Any questions about this one? Any question about this one here? Okay, if there are. All right, if we're not totally understanding it yet, let's just keep paying attention. If we don't have any specific questions, we're going to move on. So let's make sure we're paying attention and trying our best to solve the problems. All right, let's take a look. This is going to be our third one. I'm sorry, once again, I botched up the numbers. In a school, 25% of 312 students bring lunch from home, while the rest eat in the cafeteria. How many students eat in the cafeteria? So let's make our double number line, number on the left, percent on the right. 0, 0. Let's make some numbers here. So, do we know the value at 100%? Do we know the value at 100%? Do we know our value at 100%? What do we think? Is that given to us in the problem? Seeing some no's and seeing some yeses. People who said yes, what do we think the number is? If you said yes, what is the value at 100%? If you said yes, what's the value at 100%? What's this value going to be? Right, exactly, awesome. The value is going to be 312. We're told that 25% of a total of 312 students bring lunch from home. So therefore, 312 is going to be our value at 100%. 312 will be our value at 100%, since that is the total number of students. Awesome job, Yanis, there. And we're finding 25% that bring lunch from home, and that's going to be our unknown value. Our unknown value is going to be, I should have made that lower, my bad. Our unknown value is the number of students that bring lunch from home. Our unknown value is the number of students that bring lunch from home. So let's make our percent equation. Q equals percent times whole. And quantity, percent, and whole. So what is our, let's start with our percent. What's our percent in this problem? What's our percent in this problem? What's our percent? Not 22, very close. It's going to be 25. We're going to have 25% that's given to us in the problem. It's going to be 0.25. What's our whole going to be? What is our whole? Not X. It's not going to be X. Not X. Right, it's going to be 312 is going to be our whole. 312 is going to be our whole because that's our value at 100%. And that means our quantity is going to be X. So Q equals percent times whole. What are we plugging in here for percent? What are we plugging in here for percent? I'm going to plug in 0.25. Right in my chat box. 0.25 times my whole of 312. So how many students eat lunch in the cafeteria? Sorry, how many students eat lunch from the cafeteria? You know, this tells us, my bad. How many, let's do this. What is our quantity? What is our quantity? Taking too many steps ahead here. What is our quantity going to be? We're going to do 0.25 times 312. 0.25 times 312. 0.25 times 312. What do we think? I got one person get it. I want to get at least one more person get it for me. That would be ideal. There we go. Awesome. We have 78 is going to be our quantity at 25%. So if 25% of students bring lunch from home, how many eat in the cafeteria? So this number here, as we go back to our problem, 25% of the students bring lunch from home. So 78 is the number of students that bring lunch from home. So we need to subtract that from the total of 312. So we're just going to do that for us. 312 minus 78 is going to be what? What's 312 minus 78? What is 312 minus 78? What's 312 minus 78? What do we think? Let's see. 12, this will be 10. I have to carry that again. So let's see, right, we're gonna have a 4 there. What is 312 minus 78 going to be? Awesome, exactly, it's gonna be 234. 234 is going to be our answer. So 234 students eat lunch from the cafeteria. That's gonna be our answer there. 234 students eat lunch from the cafeteria. Awesome. Any questions about this one? Any questions here? Great. We're going to have 2 more quick questions, and then you'll be on your merry way for the rest of the day. You guys will have math done pretty early today. Great. Not seeing any questions. So let's take a look at question 4. We have 2 more questions to go. 2 more questions to go, then you'll be out of here. Cookie Monster has eaten 40% of the cookies. If you ate 88 cookies, how many cookies were there originally? This is going to be really similar to the second problem we did. It's going to be really similar step to the second problem we did. We're at 0%, and we have 0. Do we have the original number of cookies? Do we have the original number of cookies given to us? Is the original number of cookies given to us? Is the original number of cookies going to be given to us? What do we think? Right, exactly. We don't know the original number of cookies, so that's going to be X. But what do we know? What information is given to us that will be helpful in solving this problem? Given to us that will be helpful in solving this problem. What information is given to us that's helpful in solving this problem? Right, we know that he ate 88 cookies, which is 40% of the total amount of cookies. Awesome job, everybody. So we have Q equals percent times whole. I'm going to use the same equation for each of these. Q is percent is and whole is. Let's start with percent. What is the percent I'm going to use in this problem? What is the percent I am going to use in this problem? I want everyone to guess this. We have 4 people this morning. I want to see 4 answers here. I want to see 4 answers here this morning. Let's see 4 answers for what the percent of me eating in this problem is. All right, got 2 already, waiting on 2 more. Waiting on 2 more. Those 2 people that sent it in are already correct. So I know that we know how to answer this question. Gotta make sure we're participating, everybody. And these 2 more. Looking at percent, not the number of cookies, the percent. Right, exactly. There we go. So we have 40%. And will 88 be our Q or our whole? Our quantity or our whole? Is 88 going to be our quantity or our whole? I'm seeing a guess for whole. I'm seeing a guess for quantity. What do we think? Will 88 be our quantity or our whole? What do you think? I want to see everybody take a guess here or answer the questions to the best of their knowledge. All right, I'm seeing a guess for quantity there. So it is going to be our quantity. Why? Why is it our quantity? Why is 88 going to be our quantity? Why is 88 going to be our quantity? Let's start with because. What do we think? Why is 88 going to be our quantity? What do we think? Even if we're not sure, let's take our best guess. Let's use our mathematical brains and take our best guess on what we think it might be. The why here is really the key to understanding. Once we understand why, we can tackle any problem. Let's just make sure we're taking our best guesses here on how to solve these. 88 isn't our value at 100. It's our value at 40%. So why does that make it our quantity? So if our value at, so the reason why is because our value at 100% is going to be the whole. The value at 100% is our whole, and our value at any other percent will be the quantity. Alrighty, so let's solve this. We have 88 equals 40% is the same as 0.4. 0.4 times x, and we divide both sides by 0.4. 0.4. So how many cookies were there originally? How many cookies were there originally? How many cookies were there originally? What do we think? How many cookies did we have originally in the cookie jar place? So we have 88 cookies or 40%. So it's not going to be 88. We need to solve. We have 88 divided by 0.4. That number is going to be 88 divided by 0.4. That's going to equal what? That's going to equal what? Awesome. That's going to be 220, right? So if Cookie Monster ate 40% of the cookies, that means that there were 220 total in the jar. There were 220 cookies originally. Awesome. It should be originally. Made a typo there. Excellent. Everyone got there. We're really doing great. I really like how hard this group is working today. Good work, everybody. Let's take a look at our final question. And then you guys will be on your merry way. Tom Brady threw 52 completions in the Super Bowl XLL, lost to the New York Giants. His completion rate of the completed pass to total passes was 65%. How many total passes did Brady attempt? We are on question number 5. Thank you for asking and clarifying. So we have our double number line. I like this question. This is a fun one. Oops, sorry, we have, I'm going to just erase everything here. Sorry. Try that one again. So we have our double number line. We have number and percent. 0, 0. No, we don't have the new packet yet. This is just do your work on a separate piece of paper. Thank you for asking that. 100%, and we're at 65%. So do we know our value at 100%? Do we know our value at 100%? 100% is the total number of passes. Do we have that value given to us in the problem? And that value given to us in the problem? Do we have this value given to us in the problem? So this should be, is that value given to us in the problem? Come on, I need some people answering here. We actually don't have the total number of passes yet. We have the number of completions, and we're given the completion rate versus the total passes. So right now, this value is unknown, but our completed passes were 65% of the total passes. Of the total passes, 65% of them were completed. Of the total passes, 65% of them were completed. So Q equals percent times whole. So what's my percent going to be? What is my percent? In 100% here, what is my percent going to be? Wait for 100% of people to answer this question. What is my percent going to be? It's given to us in the problem. This should be a knockout one. Two people got it. Excellent. They're rolling in now. We have 65% or 0.65. 52 is going to be our quantity because at 100%, that's our whole. And we have 52 is going to be our quantity. So we have 52 equals 0.65 times x. And how do we solve for x? How do we solve for x? What are we going to need to do? How do we solve for x? All right, we're dividing both sides by 0.65. Excellent. And how many total passes did Tom Brady throw? How many total passes did Tom Brady throw? Right. We're going to have 80 total passes is going to be x. Awesome. That's going to be our answer there. It's 80 total passes. Great. I'm going to give some announcements. I'm happy to go back and answer any questions that we may have.